Hello and a very warm welcome to each one of you. And today we are back with Awaken the Giant Within, and we are reading Who Are You Anyway? So before we dive into this, let me very quickly give you a recap of what we have read so far in this chapter. Number one point that we read was identity, the key to expansion, जिसके अंदर हमने discover किया था that your sense of who you are dictates what's possible for you. You only act in alignment with your own identity. ठीक है, उसके बाद हमने पढ़ा था कि how our identity is formed. जिसके अंदर we learned that identity is not fixed and it's formed from the references, experiences, and the meanings we give to the events, or the meanings we attach to the events or references and experiences in our life. उससे हमारी आइडेंटिटी फॉर्म होती है. लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, कल जो हमने पढ़ा था द अल्टीमेट पेन, सीड्स ऑफ आइडेंटिटी क्राइसिस, जिसके अंदर हमने एक्सप्लोर किया था कि हाउ आवर डीपेस्ट पेन कम्स फ्रॉम आवर ओल्ड सेल्फ. और वो कब होता है? जब हम आवर ओल्ड सेल्फ नो लॉन्गर फिट्स and when life nudges us to evolve, but we resist. We are too comfortable with our old self, and we know we need to change, and we are not changing. ठीक है, तो वो fit नहीं हो रहा था. Now today we are going to move into who you are anyway, जिसके अंदर Tony Robbins is going to challenge us to peel off every external label and rediscover our pure, authentic, unconditioned identity. All right, so for that, let me start sharing the screen so that we can read this together. Who are you anyway? What does all of this really mean? This can all seem very esoteric unless we start to actually define ourselves. So take a moment to identify who you are. Who are you? There are so many ways in which we define ourselves. We may describe ourselves as our emotions. I'm a lover, I'm peaceful, I'm intense. Our professions, I'm an attorney, I'm a doctor, I'm a priest. Our titles, I'm executive vice president. Our income, I'm a millionaire. Our roles, I'm a mother, I'm the eldest of the 5 girls. Our behavior, I'm a gambler. Our possessions, I'm a beamer owner. Our metaphors, I am king of the hill. I am low man on the totem pole. Our feedback, I'm worthless, I'm special. Our spiritual beliefs, I'm Jewish. Our looks, I'm beautiful, I'm ugly, I'm old. Our accomplishments, I'm a 1960s Spring Valley homecoming queen. Our past, I'm a failure. And even what we are not, I'm not a quitter. Before we go ahead and read this, I would love for you to tell me, who are you? How do you define yourself? So for the longest period of time, I used to call myself a homemaker and a mother of 3 kids. Now I call myself, I'm a mindset and a life coach. तो आप कैसे define करते हैं अपने आप को? Now, I think we need to understand that हमारी जो identity है ना, वो it is beyond these as well. And that is what I'm gauging from this. Huh? Let's see what does Tony Robbins say. The identity that our friends and peers have tends to affect us as well. Take a good look at your friends. Who you believe they are is often a reflection of who you believe you are. If your friends are very loving and sensitive, there is a greater chance that you see yourself as similar vein. The time frame you use to define your identity is very powerful as well. Do you look to your past your present, or the future to define who you truly are? Years ago, my present and past weren't terribly exciting. So I consciously fused my identity with the vision I had of whom I knew I would become. I didn't have to wait. I began to live as this man now. It is very important when you are answering this question to be in the right state. You need to feel relaxed, safe, and curious. If you are just powering through this book, scanning and reading rapidly, or if you have many distractions, you are not going to get the answer you need. Take a nice deep breath in, relax the breath out, let your mind be curious, not fearful, not concerned, not looking for perfection or for anything in particular. Just ask yourself, who am I? Write down the answer and then again ask ask it again. Each time you ask it, write down whatever surface and keep probing deeper and deeper. Continue to ask until you find a description of yourself that you have the strongest conviction about. How do you define yourself? What is the essence of who you are? What metaphors do you use to describe yourself? What role do you play? So, I would love for you to pause this video right here and do this activity. Take good 5-7 minutes and write at least जो जो दिमाग में आ रहा है, जो कुछ भी आ रहा है, आपको accomplishments आ रही हैं, आपको आपकी religious beliefs आ रहे हैं, आपको अपनी attributes आ रहे हैं, आपको अपनी personality आ रही है, आपको अपने I don't know what, जो भी आ रहा है अपने बारे में, who you are, वो लिखो. ठीक है? Let's do this right away. All right, I hope you have done that. Let's move forward. वैसे by the way, क्या क्या surface पे आया? I would be very much interested in knowing that. If possible, put it in the chat box, put it in the comments below, and I'll be reading each one of your comments. Okay? Often, if you don't create this safe and curious state, all of the fears and hesitations about identity will keep giving you inadequate answers. In fact, often if you just ask this question upfront to somebody, blurting out, who are you, without putting them in the right state, you will get one of the two responses, a blank stare. This type of question throws many people into the tailspin because they have never been called upon to seriously ponder who they are, what their answer is. Number two, a surface level answer. This is a first attempt invasion technique. This response can be defined as a pop-eye principle, where a person will simply insist, I am what I am, and that's all that I am. Often, what I find is that when you ask someone a question, especially an emotional one, they won't answer you until they have answered two questions of their own. First, they ask themselves, can I answer? Oops. First, they ask themselves, can I answer this question? If a person's not sure who he is, often he will say, I don't know, or give you the surface level answer. Sometimes people are afraid to ask the question for fear of realizing that they lack clarity in this critical area of their lives. And second question they ask themselves before answering is, what's in it for me? If I answer this question, how will this benefit me personally? Let me offer you the answer of these two questions. First, you do know who you are. Yes, you can come up with an answer if you take a moment to brainstorm a bit right now. But You've got to trust yourself to let whatever answers come out of you just flow and write them. Second, the benefit of knowing who you are is the ability instantaneously shape all of your behaviors. If you take the time to get in the right state, you will come up with a thoughtful answer. I hope this is the kind of answer you are searching for right now. And I hope when you gave a pause to this video, you found one such answer. And now you know what is in it for you. In fact, when you know yourself better, you know how to treat yourself better as well. I think, therefore I am. So take a moment right now to answer a question pondered by philosophers through the ages from Socrates to Sartre. Put yourself in that safe, curious state. Take a deep breath and release it. Ask, who am I? I am. To assist you in defining yourself, remember that identity is simply what distinguishes you from everyone else. Here are a couple of exercises I think you will enjoy. So first, I think आपने ये सब तो लिख ही लिया है कि who I am. Let's see what are the other two exercises that have been shared here. If you were to look in the dictionary under your name, what would it say? Would three words just cover it, or would your epic narrative consume page after page or demand a volume of its own? Right now, write down the definition you would find if you were to look up your name in the dictionary. My dictionary definition. So, I still remember कि जब मैंने अपने बच्चों का नाम लिखा था ना, I made sure that I read the meaning of their names and I kept their names as per the meaning I wanted, like that was attractive to me. So, तो मेरी बेटियों के नाम है इनायत, देवांशी एंड नूर. तो ये सारे रिलेटेड टू गॉड थे कि इनायत रब दी इनायत होती है, रब की इनायत होती है. इनायत इज अ उर्दू नेम एज वेल एज सिख नेम. एंड देवांशी इज प्योरली हिंदू नेम. देवांशी देवों का अंश होता है. एंड नूर, I always used to tell her, why she used to ask me, why am I called Noor? I told her because God is gracious and God, भगवान का नूर है तू. And Noor is also once again Muslim and a Punjabi name. So uh, that's how I kept my kids' names. तो हमारे नाम का अब मैं करिश्मा हूँ, and whenever I think of Karishma, the meaning I know of Karishma is a miracle. So what is it for you? Let's see that. Take a moment and let your answer sink in. When you are ready, move on to the next exercise. Take 2 minutes, take a pause here right now and do this for yourself. अगर कुछ हो, अगर मन करे तो डिक्शनरी में भी खोल के देखता कि क्या नाम, क्या मतलब बता रहा है. ठीक है? All right, let's go to the second one. If you were to create an ID card that would represent who you truly are, what would it be? Would be on it, and what would you leave off? Would it include a picture or not? Would you list your vital statistics, your physical description, your accomplishments, your emotions, your beliefs, your affiliations, your aspirations, your motto, your abilities? Take a moment to describe what would be on this identity card and what would be left off in order to show someone who you really are. Wow, this is going to be so powerful. I would love for you to, take sheet of paper, है ना, और उसको ऐसे कर लो और इसके ऊपर पूरा अपना आइडेंटिटी कार्ड बनाओ. ठीक है? इस आइडेंटिटी कार्ड के ऊपर लिखो कि what all would you love for people to know about you. What is that identity of you as to how you would love for people to know you. Let's understand what more is it telling. Now take a look at what you have written down At the description, you have your identity. In a sense, the story of your life. अच्छा ठीक है, पहले आप ये कर लो, उसके बाद हम करते हैं, ठीक है? Take 5 minutes and do this. Let's make our ID cards today. उसके अंदर आपको अपनी एस्पिरेशंस लिखनी है, अपने वाइटल स्टैटिस्टिक्स लिखने हैं, अपनी फिजिकल डिस्क्रिप्शन लिखनी है, आई डोंट नो, अपनी यूनिक एबिलिटीज लिखनी है, अपने स्ट्रेंथ्स लिखनी है, अपनी वीकनेसेस लिखनी है, अपने इमोशंस लिखने हैं, जो कुछ भी लिखना है आप सब कुछ लिख सकते हो. Let's do this. So I'm also doing it along with you, and pause this video right here so that we come back and then move ahead with this. All right. So we are back. Now, take a look at what you have written down at the descriptions you have of your identity. In a sense, the story of your life. How do you feel about it? I hope you are taking a moment right now to really appreciate who you are, to feel the deep emotion that comes with recognition. If you are noticing that your identity creates pain, know that whatever you call your identity is simply what you have decided to identify with. And that in a moment, you could change it all. You have the power within you right now. In fact, after looking at how identities evolve, you will have an opportunity to expand your identity and therefore your entire life. चलो, अब आप मुझको बताओ कि how was it for you? How is your identity? जब आप अपनी identity लिख रहे थे, were there few things that you said कि ये है तो सही, but I don't want people to know about it? है? और अगर ऐसा था तो now you know that that is something you need to eliminate from your identity. You have it in you, but you do not need to carry it forward. Are you getting me there? So, key points of what we have read so far today is कि एक ये बात समझने की है कि हम जनरली ना अपने आप को कंफ्यूज कर देते हैं अपनी आइडेंटिटी को विद द रोल्स दैट वी आर प्लेइंग. मैं मदर हूँ, मैं कोच हूँ, मैं होम मेकर हूँ, मैं सक्सेसफुल हूँ, बट दीज आर जस्ट रोल्स, नॉट हु यू आर. And the moment those roles shift, many feel lost because their identity is built externally. जैसे मैंने आपको बोला कि I used to call myself for a longest period of time, I'm a mother of 3 daughters. ठीक है? I'm a homemaker. ठीक है? जब मैंने switch किया, I did not call myself, I did not have enough guts to call myself a coach. I kept on saying I am a mother and coach. And usse, I am a coach and mother. And now I call myself, I'm a coach. But then this, I am a coach is also an external identity. Do you see that? We need to sit. We have to dive deeper into ourselves. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? At some core, we will understand who we are. Maybe I am love. I am wisdom. I am someone expressing through motherhood. I don't know what. Okay. Also, we need to understand that we are not our past. Our past behaviors or failures do not define us. They inform us. You are the chooser, not the choices of yesterday. This is a very important thing that you need to understand. हम लोग अभी तक जिस identity पे हैं, we are there because of the belief we had in the past. Now, in the future, we do need not carry it. And उसी के लिए हमने identity card बनाया, right? कि हमने हमारे जब हम लिख रहे थे for the world to read who we are, there were so many things that we wanted to eliminate and there were so many things that we wanted to put. Now it is time to celebrate that what you have put down there it is something very beautiful and good. And what you have chosen to eliminate, you work towards it to eliminate it. ठीक है? And then last but not the least, हमको ये समझ में आया कि identity is a living creation. You can consciously design who you are by choosing new beliefs and actions and stories that align with your highest well. टोनी रॉबिन्स इस चीज के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा एम्फसाइज करते हैं कि अवेयरनेस इज लिबरेशन. हमारे को अवेयरनेस हो चुकी है, अब हमें उसका क्या करना है is the point. Single change begins to rewire your destiny. I would love for you again to check on yourself if you reflected on who am I when all my roles are taken away. What are the 3 words that describe my true self? And which labels am I ready to release today? Okay. Also, I would love for you to stand in front of the mirror and say out loud, I am not my name, I'm not my work, I'm not my past. And uske बाद affirm करना है, I'm energy of love, growth, awareness, and expressing through this life. Anything. This is something that comes to me, that I am the energy of love, awareness, and growth expressing through the life. And जब आप जो भी affirm करोगे अपने लिए, I would love for you to feel what you are feeling. Because जब तक आप वो feel नहीं करोगे ना, तब तक वो emotion evoke नहीं होगा. और जब आपको वो समझ में आएगा, you will feel so much at peace. And you might feel the tears of joy. And understand that those tears are the cleansers. It is that connection with your peace. I would love for you, it is a very beautiful exercise, and I would love for you to, do this. Before we close this session today, I would love to say that the strongest force in the human personality is the need to remain consistent with how we define ourselves. I'll repeat that. The strongest force in the human personality is the need to remain consistent with how we define ourselves. And this is said by Tony Robbins. And I would love for you to reflect on what if we redefine ourselves more expansively today, how will it matter to you? Okay. Well, that's it for today. Take care of yourself. This was a short session, but yes, very powerful and very meaningful. I'm looking forward to read in the comments as to what was your takeaway. What is it that held you, एक वो skip of the heartbeat की movement आपके लिए क्या थी? Because these kind of topics are really very, very, very deep. And सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये है कि हमारे को अगर पता चल जाए who we really are, that is actually a success. ठीक है? All right, take good care of yourself. God bless you. Lots and lots and lots of love. Bye-bye.